What is up everyone, my name is Jasper and in today's video it is time for another income report update. Now before you start the video I do want to say that I am feeling a bit under the weather currently, so my voice may sound a bit different, but I do still want to make this video. So in this video we're going to be looking back at my earnings in July of 2022 and we're always focusing mainly on the earnings that my website portfolio has made me this month. I also always stack on the earnings that I make from dividend income or my YouTube or stuff like that, but the website earnings are the main focus. So for those of you that don't know, my current portfolio consists of 7 websites and one of those is jasperpietersen.com, and that's one that I don't really cover because there just isn't all that much happening over there. I do post income reports that are a written version of this video basically. I go into a bit more detail and show a few more numbers than I do in this video. So if you're still interested in that, you can always give that a read over on my website. But this site won't really be included in this income report. So overall, July has been a pretty weird month once again. I was pretty inactive with working. I was gone for a lot of time. I had some personal issues as well, and I'm currently in the middle of moving. So there just really wasn't all that much available time, but still I did get some things done and a lot of things have actually happened. So I think it's best to just dive into the numbers of all of my websites and see how they performed. We always start with my English beauty site, which is my oldest website, and I started this one all the way back in December of 2018. Now this used to be one of the more boring cases because I kind of decided to stop working on this website and it was just being there. It just didn't really move either way, so it wasn't going up or going down. But my latest video was about how I'm going to try and turn this site around, see if I can revive it. The main reason behind that was that this website was performing very consistently for about a year, even though I didn't really work on it at all. I hadn't even logged into WordPress for I believe a couple of months. So seeing that consistency, it kind of made me want to go back and see if I can turn this site around. Well, for the most time in July, this site was doing its normal consistent about 1,000 visitors a day. But then something happened at the end of July and I saw another 80% drop. So let me just rewind a bit. Last month I also saw an 80% drop, which you can see here. But that one kind of rebounded, so it went back to its original levels. But then it happened again, and honestly I'm not sure what's going on. I do have to say that as bad as it sounds, I'm kind of relieved to see that many of the other people that I know that are doing great work with building websites, they are also seeing a similar problem. So I know that this isn't just me and my site, but still it's really weird to see just these 80% drops over and over and over again. I'm honestly not sure what to do about it, but this really won't stop me from trying to revive this website. I made a commitment and I'm going to follow through and see if I can put in the work and get the numbers back. But that's for total numbers in July. So in July this website had a total of 36,000 page views. And that is up by a lot because last month I also had an 80% drop and that was around for about 2 weeks or so. So for 2 weeks I had 80% less traffic and that really showed in the total numbers of last month. So last month I believe I had a total of 27,000 page views and now we're up to almost 37,000 page views. So that's a pretty big difference and I'm happy to see it going up again. And the site then also made a total of $822 and that's divided among both affiliate deals and advertising. So the bulk of the income is coming from AdThrive ads and that was about $560 and that's from display ads. Now on this site I also have video ads which brought in an additional $100. Then for Amazon I have 3 stores. I have one Amazon US, an Amazon UK and an Amazon Germany store. And the Amazon US store is of course the main money maker and it brought in a total of $236. Then the Amazon Germany store didn't really make anything. I believe it made a couple of cents here and there. And then the Amazon UK store brought in a total of £12. This website is then also monetized by a couple of niche relevant affiliate networks and that brought in a total of about $13 I believe. Not all that much, but every little bit helps. So let's now take a look at the website that I am most optimistic and most excited about, which is my Accessory website. This is a site that got hit back in May 2022 by the core update and it lost about 30% of its traffic. But I am glad to say that now in July 2022, just 2 months after, this website is almost back at its high point. So the highest traffic levels this website saw was 36,000 page views a month and we're just shy of 31,000 page views in July this month. So hopefully next month we will reach a new all-time high and if not, maybe the month after. And I'm going to do that of course by just publishing a lot more content. Now speaking of content, I noticed that WeWrite blog post, one of my favorite places to outsource my content, has bumped up their discount code to 15%. Normally it's 10%, now it's 15%, and I think it's the highest I've ever seen it be. So if you want to make use of that, go into the description down below and you will see my discount code is JasperPiet and then 15. I will leave it down there and you can get yourself a nice discount. Anyway, I still have my $3,000 order left open, so I will just probably put all of that money into this one website, see if I can get it as large as it can possibly be. But as for numbers, of course I mentioned the page views, they were sitting at 31,000 page views. And as for earnings, they were down by a bit. So last month we made some Amazon sales and this month that was not the case. So there's zero income from Amazon. And then the Accessory income dropped by quite a bit. I do think that mainly has to do with the fact that we're in the summer slump. So July and August typically see pretty low RPMs. And I think that's the main reason for it. I'm not sweating it, but it's of course not a nice sight. But I think it's something we all need to expect during these months. So as for total earnings, I made a total of $433 with this website in the entirety of July. Now just to compare that with June, for example, in June we had about 3,000 page views less than we had in July, yet I made a total of $520. That's almost a $100 difference with fewer page views, but almost a 25% more earnings. So that's really what the summer slump is. It is something that happens and it's something that we can't really do much about, but it's never a nice sight. Then onto the case study website, or the home website as it's known on my own website. This one is going in the right direction. It's still really young, it's still really small, but it's moving in the right direction. So this month it had a total of 2,600 page views exactly. So that is an increase compared to last month. I do think this website is growing a little bit slower than I would like to see. But hey, growth is still growth. Just by looking at this Google Search Console growth, there really isn't much to complain about. I reached my first 100 page views a days, and those are of course always nice to see. But this one is just moving in the right direction. There really isn't much more to report on this one. It's just steadily moving along. It's getting some extra content here and there. It's taking some rankings. It's bringing in some page views. And hopefully in the coming months, we will see that fabled hockey stick growth. So that leaves 3 more websites, and 2 of those are in Dutch and the other one is in English. And let's just cover the English one first. It's the Consumptions website, and I've been getting a lot of comments that Consumptions is a weird word for it. So maybe it's better to just describe it as the drinks website or something like that. But this website anyway, it is pulling in some horrible numbers. It's honestly unreal to me. Not necessarily the page view numbers, but the earnings. It's just, yeah, I'm at a loss for words. So the page views have been sitting very steadily at 5,600. It's been sitting at this number for almost the entire year. And the main reason for that, of course, is that I really haven't been publishing for this website. I published a bunch of articles and I think the last one was published over a year ago. So the page views have been very steady. They've been pulling in some nice numbers. But the earnings, it's just, I'm not sure what to say about it. It's honestly unreal to me. So I started monetizing this website in January this year, with the intent of putting in some numbers for 3 to maybe 6 months and then to sell this website. The thing is that in January, I saw the highest RPMs. In January, I saw the highest RPMs, while January was also the first time this website was ever on an ad network. So when you combine those 2 things, so January, which is known for seeing the lowest RPMs ever in a year, and then a website's first few weeks on a new ad network is also typically where you see low RPMs. That was my highest point. I saw RPMs of $10 to even $15, which was really solid. And of course, you expect that to grow, but currently we're sitting at RPMs of $2. $2. It's honestly unreal to me. I shot an email to Azog like, what is going on? This can't be right. And I basically got a reply back saying that, oh, we saw your premium earnings go down. Like, that's what I emailed you. I saw my earnings go down, but what can we do about it? Because this is just unreal. So maybe I am just going to switch to a different ad network. Maybe that will help. But what's happening with this site, it's not really what you want to see. So as for total earnings, it made a total of $21 this month, which really isn't all that much. I mean, it's still something, but for a website that used to get a $10 RPM or even a $15 RPM, I believe I even saw it take a $30 RPM for a day. To see it drop down to 2, it's just unreal, and I think that there's something wrong on their end. Anyway, that's my rant for this website. So let's now move to the 2 Dutch websites, because I do think that those are some pretty nice websites. And as I've been saying in many of the previous income reports, The summertime is an exciting time for one of these websites. So let's just dive right into that one. This is the Dutch boating website. So boating is of course a topic that's super popular during the summer. And I've always been saying how this website is going to pull in nice numbers once the nice weather comes around here in the Netherlands. And now that we're currently in July and August, we are seeing nice weather, and that's reflected back into the page views. So in total, this website had a total of 9,000 page views, which is really high for this website. Compared to the winter time page views, that's typically sitting at around 1,000 a month or something like that. We're currently sitting at 9,000 a month, and that brought in a total of $77 from Ezoic. Now, with most of my Dutch websites, I'm not really actively working on them, but it is of course really nice to see that even though this website is not worked on, it still is pulling in some really decent numbers. Now, by the way, all that income is coming from Ezoic Premium. There were no affiliate sales on this website this month, so it's all Ezoic Premium income. And for some reason, this website is doing well on Ezoic, so I know it's not Ezoic at its entirety. It's just that one website, the drinks website. I keep going back to it. Let's just move on to the other Dutch website, which is my Dutch beauty website. This is basically the Dutch version of my English beauty site, which is the first site we discussed in this video. And it's not exactly translated, but it does take similar topics and write similar articles. This is a website that I started mainly to see how Dutch sites would perform. And this one didn't really convince me. I did start the boating site right after, but I didn't really put in the work that I should have here. At the time, the English beauty site was still putting in really nice numbers, getting multiple hundred thousands of page views a month. So working on this site just didn't really make sense. I also think it's a little too niche down for a Dutch audience. Anyway, this site, it still brings in some nice numbers. It's very consistent as well. And this month it brought in a total of 2,500 page views. That's really not a lot, like at all. But I mean, it's running in the background, it's running profitable, so there's no reason to not have this website for me. That being said, this month was a record low, I believe, for earnings. I only made a total of $16, which is a lot less than I am used to seeing on this website. Typically, I make anywhere between $20 and $30 a month. This time it's $16 a month. And once again, I do think that mainly has to do with the fact that we're in that summer slump. RPMs are just generally a lot lower right now. That being said, an extra $16 is still an extra $16 that I can put to work somewhere else, so I'm not complaining about it. So my entire portfolio had a total of 86,000 page views and a total income of $1,360. So as for page views, that actually went up compared to last month, but my earnings went down, and once again, summer slump, I just talked about it. That's really the main reasoning, I think. So as for next month, I think it's going to be a pretty rough month, at least earnings and page view wise, because the beauty site is now once again at an 80% traffic drop. So that's going to be reflected back into the numbers of next month. Honestly, nothing I can really do about it. I will just have to sit it out. Maybe it reverts back again like it did last time. If not, then yeah, I'm not really sure what to do. For now, it's just going to be publishing a lot more content on the accessory side and some extra content on the home side. And then of course working on that project revival from my last video, where I'm going to try and pull the beauty side back around. Now I also have some other income sources that I cover on this channel. First one being my dividend income. So I made a total of $23 from dividend income this month, and it came from these companies right here. I always try to invest a little bit every single month to build out my stock portfolio, but right now it's not really the main priority, but it does still bring me in some extra income. Then for the YouTube income, my income from YouTube is mainly coming from my affiliate deals, but also from YouTube AdSense. Now AdSense made me a total of $150, and then I made an extra $260 from the multiple affiliate links that I have in the description down below. You can see right here on the screen the multiple sources of income that I got. And that's really it for this video. So my total income this month was just over $1,900, which is up from last month, and I'm happy to see that. July is always going to be a rough month for us bloggers, and seeing that I still had an increase compared to last month makes me happy. Anyway, this is it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider leaving a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.